So what next for Red Dead Online? I mean, there is so much opportunity available to Rockstar to explore, and they might not, but we may as well talk about it because I know it's on the minds of lots of the Red Dead Online community. For me, I've talked about many different sort of passive additions to the game where you can live more passively. What I mean by that, I think, is I just want to see a new selection of frontier pursuits, potentially something like a rancher role would be one where you could maybe buy a ranch and live there, and you could expand that ranch and grow and have orchards and sell produce and herd cattle, that kind of thing. But I also think I would like to see some an exploration of different storylines, things that were going on. Somebody mentioned like about the Revenant and the skins, what you're doing in your trader business, but something a bit more where you're out and about in the wilderness, like trying to protect these skins from rival gangs. Wouldn't that be cool if you could team up and have your own little business, like a bit like again in GTA Online, where you're trying to sell produce and people can. And I know that we can do that with the trader and the moonshine role, but it's very binary. You're just going from one place to another. There's no real story involved. It's like, hey, stand at a table now, go and sell this for me. I also think it would be cool to explore different things that were happening back in the day, back in the time that the game was set. Like maybe more of the somewhere up in the Indian Reserve, you could live there as a native on the land and explore the culture and maybe do some hunting and protect your boundaries, things like that. I just think that would be very cool as well. So that would make two frontier pursuits, and maybe you can suggest in the comments if you have any other ideas, things like that. That's what I was thinking in my head. I also would like to just, again, I've mentioned before, I want to see more in the stores that you can purchase, more opportunity to spend money. I've been rolling around now with 50k in my bank, and to be honest, I spend money whenever I want, whenever I can. I've pretty much bought everything I can get my hands on. I buy whatever is available. However, I never seem to sort of move for. I still always have sort of 50k, and there's nothing you can buy with that. That kind of frustrates me, and I think that makes me feel a little bit like, is it worth it? What am I doing? Am I going to spend 2 hours hunting for crypts when I've got nothing to spend that money on once I've made it? So I tend to do the things that I find a bit more fulfilling, like hunting for the legendary animals or getting a legendary bounty, and I'll just run in and do a quick moonshine because it's super quick and easy, 45-minute turnaround, whereas I won't really waste much time running around and hunting for crypts because it just takes so long to fill it up. And if you want to do an extensive long sale, that will bring you the most money, but again, if you've not got the money, what's the point? And the blood money update, whilst the missions are fun, and I particularly like the story of some of the missions, but it doesn't make sense to invest huge amounts of time playing something that, once again, you've got nothing to do with the money, so it becomes less enjoyable. And I think that might be just the money grinding mindset that I have, where I want to grind to buy something. So in GTA Online, there are still things that cost millions and millions of dollars, which you need a huge amount of investment for that. So you need to make sure that you don't run out of money. I think that is essentially the problem with this game, is that it is one of the best looking games I've ever seen. I can't think of a single game I've ever played that looks as good as this. Maybe some of the Assassin's Creed games, but they're not nowhere near as good as this. And I think Rockstar do know that, and I don't think it's over. I think there's so much potential, and I think they probably just bumped the roadmap to 2022, and we will see something in the summer.